Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit.
Guys. Yeah. What are we looking at today? Hang on, I just gotta see if it's anybody important, which, okay, so it might be. It's Christine, so. But I can read it and then blow her off. Pisses me off. I broke one of the nacelles off the Enterprise. Thank you, Jim, Hornet Fixer. He sent me the Star Trek ice cube tray, and if you couldn't make it out, it was 3 different things. It was the Enterprise, it was a comm badge, and it was the Spock thing, or the Chuck thing, depending on how you want to look at it. I can tell you that it is, I think it's time to take the peppers out. I have reached the level that I like. You saw how much I put in there. You end up with, we'll end up talking about it tomorrow, I guess is. Wait, what are we looking at today? Dub Glock 23. Winter Ale from Summit. That is so gay. What do we have? Alcohol percentage on here. Come on, Summit. You gonna let me down? Summit Brewing, St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm actually not seeing a alcohol percentage on here, which means we'll have to play the guessing game. And the bottle cap, this was one that Christine got for me that was in the, you can put your own 6-pack or, you know, individuals together, so sorry, HempSeedAddict. And where has she been? I did get a digital Christmas card, and now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever sent back Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too, but I definitely do, because I don't want to piss her off. Bottle opener. I really need to get, I need to make some kind of a holder or something for it. Just because I don't know when I used it last, I'm going to use the one from Christine, the Vegas baby one. That was a great idea. Dub Glock 23. Well, I'm not exactly sure what I'm completely going to do with the bench. I kind of like the idea of keeping it kind of simple. I mean, I realize that, you know, almost half of it is now being occupied by a 55-inch TV, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of the stuff because I want, oh, I'm sorry. She's actually a Facebook friend of mine. I'm pretty sure she's a Facebook friend of a lot of people. I mean, she has a huge following. And she puts pictures up like that all the time, but she's also a supporter of gun rights. So, God bless her. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I particularly like her tasteful "fuck you, Obama." So I've go right into politics. I have heard some of the stuff. I was listening to Bill Bennett this morning. He had a guy on who is a big go fuck yourself, Obama, and anybody that wants to come after our Second Amendment rights. And there's, this kind of has a mixed outcome for me, because I'm at a point where, I'm sorry, but I'm at a point where I'm, fuck you, Obama, take back. I don't give a shit if you want to cry your little crocodile tears and talk about all of the kids killed with guns, because not a goddamn thing that you're proposing would have changed anything. And I still go back to, this is what socialist Muslim pieces of shit like Hitler, because that's what he is exactly like. You can go on the internet and find a picture of Hitler surrounded by children signing anti-gun laws into order. And you can find Obama, Hitler too, doing the exact same thing. But yeah. The overall part of it isn't as devastating as it could be. Still, there's stuff out there that's being proposed, which is the Feinstein thing, basically just kissed by some piece of shit Republican putting his name on it. I wonder how much Nancy Pelosi he had to lick to get whatever it is that he wanted by putting his name to that. I hope you fry in hell. And the only thing better, Big Papa Prepper, the only thing better than knowing that Hillary Clinton and Obama die for their sins against this country is personally being the one to throw the big lever. Oh, I'm sorry. It's orangey brown and smells like beer. Has kind of an Oktoberfest sort of thing going. Oh, and excited, I didn't pick any up. Hazman 440. We did get our cachet of Christmas ale from Great Lakes in over at Super One, actually. Saw it there. I didn't pick any up because I had already picked up so much other shit, and 2 weeks of lesser hours because of the holidays, combined with those nasty bills just keep still rolling in. I had to draw a line at how much stuff I could get. I know it's going to be available for a while, and I'm definitely going to get some more of it. I should send some to Chuck, because I know how much he loves the Christmas ale from Great Lakes Brewing. So, cheers. And again, Obama, you can go fuck yourself. I hope you go to hell. And I'll put together a list of who you can take with you. Basically, either you stand for the Constitution and what our founding fathers and our brave men and women in the military have fought and died for since this country was founded. And if you don't, then you are a traitor to this country, and I believe you deserve death in any way possible. Well, not in any way. I don't want it to be done by a gun, because the last thing I want is that piece of shit to be a martyr on top of everything else. It's like, oh, he rallied so hard to get rid of guns, and look at how he went. A spork. It was repeatedly again and again and again. And I'm sorry. Where were we? Oh, about the I unfortunately, or I unfortunately don't have a 6-pack of this, so we have to get it right the first time, unlike the Belgian ale from New Belgium Brewery. I had a fusticle on my finger. It's beery. No, it is kind of reminding me of a I know, somebody remind me. I should just route that power line to a switch that I can just disable, and when I do a warning, the beer fridge has been disabled light comes on. Oh, before I went on my political rant and the large-breasted pro-gun woman, I like the bench with a little bit more space instead of some one little narrow avenue, even though I've, taken up a whole bunch of space and had to make a platform. And I want to thank Jim for this. He gave me a hand. I built a platform, and we cut a hole and put the center channel speaker for the surround system in there. I finally got to move my other set to the back, and the big speakers that Samantha got me for Christmas went up front, and I see I've already vibrated one of my surrounds off. Thankfully, that one there would make a long fall, and that one there fell into, ironically, a pile of boxes from ATI. But yeah, I'm kind of liking the more space, but the shit that was on the bench represents mainly really cool shit that I've compiled from friends over the years. I was thinking maybe in the vault reloading loft, maybe putting a shelf around the top or something and putting some shit on it. Like for instance my my Star Trek ships and stuff. Well, Christine would tell you the answer. The answer is the reason that she plays the lottery, and actually a bunch of us play the lottery, and like for instance, if we make it big, I know that right off the top of my head, Ed and his lovely wife Jules, we basically each pick numbers, and we're of the understanding that we will slap each other on the ass if things go good. Damn right we will. Man, if you could walk away with the big one, we're going to build Guntown. Just imagine it. A community filled full of like-minded thinkers. Actually, why don't we just leave and start our own country? Because this one is about as thoroughly fucked up as it can possibly get. This is what 35, 40 plus years of the liberal thinking has gotten us. Everything that we used to think was right is wrong. Oh, it's evil now to have your children out in the front yard playing cowboys and Indians. Oh, we might offend somebody. It's so wrong to want to raise. I mean, so much of this, I'm like, go fuck yourself. I raised my kids the way I wanted to. When they were bad, they got slapped on the ass. And they will tell you, if they didn't get the wooden spoon or slapped on their ass, I had kind of a unique scenario. My first daughter, I raised her, so I'll still to this moment in time. She doesn't want anything to do with me, but she was a product of my ex's previous marriage. But I stepped in and I did what I could do to raise her. But her her dad was a whack job, and the one thing that we feared is if she went to go visit him, which most of the time that didn't happen because of court orders, because of he was a piece of shit, but figured if she went and said, oh, they spanked me, you know, the way society has gone, that, you know, somehow some attorney or someone somewhere, so or you know, if you swore, you remember when, I don't know about you, but I remember getting my mouth washed out with soap, but once again, by today's standards, everything that used to be right is now wrong. If you ask my children, when they did something wrong, the punishment was usually some kind of a hot pepper. And depending on the severity of said crime to society or your parents, it would depend on what kind of pepper and how long it had to be left in your mouth before you were allowed to retreat to milk or sugar or something to alter the hot. Samantha says to this moment in time she doesn't really like spicy stuff because she had so much of it as a kid growing up. Well, maybe you should have been better so you could enjoy it now. And I digress into my parenting skills. Or some people, especially a lot of them by today's standards, would say lack thereof them. But I say, our generation, I don't know what the fuck is the explanation for the amount of people that are willing to even consider throwing away America by voting Democrat, but I think we all turned out pretty good. You know, we were riding around in the back of pickup trucks, and oh my God, we were on bicycles and skateboards and roller skates without pads and body armor and space suits and helmets. I mean, I had a friend a few years ago. He was in town, spent some time with his parents, and his parents are like my parents, and they're in order for their kids to be on skateboards, they look like they could have been thrown from an airplane in the mountains, and upon landing just got up and walked away. And it was just like, oh my God. Part of building your character is understanding that shit happens. Oh well, you cut yourself, you're bleeding. Or you really screwed up and wiped out after taking that 5-foot jump on your pedal bike. You know, the Schwinn with the Stingray with the big fin and the shifter between your legs, and when you fucked up, poof. Why are girls' bikes cut low and guys... Again, thanks liberals for destroying our country and our way of life and everything that at one point in time was considered normal. I know if I could sit down and have a conversation with my grandfather, God rest your soul, Grandpa, still helps me to this day, even though he's been gone for quite a while. He would just be going, I cannot believe that my parents, this is my grandfather speaking, what they went through to come here, to walk through Ellis Island and proudly become an American after learning our way and learning to speak English and being proud of it. These days, you just sneak across the border and a libtard will be happy to buy your vote forever by giving you shit. So you don't have to go through all of that hard work to be a proud American. Or you can be a Muslim piece of shit and come over here and try to change our ways. Or maybe we should have safe areas where they can just be who they are in their area. Another place That would be great to drop a bomb. Okay, I'm a little hostile today. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like I cut anything off or hurt myself at work. I suppose we should talk about this. After all, it is a brew review channel. There's one other thing I want to touch on, but do that at the end if I don't get to it. Oh well. But it is what it is. It has a really nice malty, kind of roasted malty malts to it. It's a little on the hoppy side, which I could, in this particular instance, I could get rid of it. I mean, there is some things, and of course it's been put in my brain now from Jay from Elite Ammunition, bitching about the stuff being over hopped and stuff. But you know, there's some stuff that I like. I like that. I like that intensity. I mean, but there is some stuff that's done hoppy that I think is done much better. But since the bottle that was sent to me by Sonoran Desert Prepper, Piney the Elder, that was one of the I think one of the better ones that I've had. But it just, for me, I like that. But then again, I like the variety, the switch from, you know, from this to a Belgian to an Imperial Stout to an IPA. You know, it's that, you know, it's like Travis and Heffy. You know, 1 minute you're with a, never mind. So you got that almost roasted caramely kind of maltiness to it. Get a little, almost like a little bit of chocolate in the background. I've had something very similar to this. I mean, of all the things that I've had that call themselves a winter ale, I mean, there is a sharp contrast between like this and Great Lakes Brewing's Christmas. This is almost like it's almost like an Oktoberfest and a brown ale kind of combined. So if you've had either one of those, that's what I'm getting out of this. Oh, Captain, it looks like we're going into a black hole. No, little buddy, Jim's gone. Don't worry, I got you. It's all good. Oh man, I definitely will be doing that again. You know, if my little pepper plants ever actually start reproducing. I mean, right now I still don't know if I'm wasting the time. Got a grow light up over them, hooked it up to a timer, turning them on and off, and it's like, oh, come on, more peppers. I have to be honest though, these Carolina Reapers worked out very well in a scenario like this. I did cut. I think I had one big one in a batch of chili that I did, but they really bring the heat. But I really like the taste of the fresh ghost peppers versus things that I've had that have been like salsa and stuff that say ghost pepper and they just seem hot. Whereas of the fresh ones that my sister grew for me, those had a really nice roasted flavor along with the heat. So, which we look at tomorrow. I'm thinking about looking at something just to piss off Nick. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Nick. Nick. let's see, what do I have? I have a few things that are questionable. I have another one from Summit. I have something from Finnegan's. Well, actually, Christine got me that. I think she was just trying to be funny. But since we were talking about Great Lakes, why don't we look at Alberta Clipper Porter. And this is, yeah, I know, I still have to do the whole E-scale and guess on the alcohol percentage. Speaking of that, 7.8%. This is of course it's a product of the USA, handcrafted ale with chocolate and raspberries. Cleveland, Ohio. Alberta Clipper. We'll look at that tomorrow. Where do I put this? You know, it's okay. It's nothing really, you know, no real skirt action, but it was tasty. So I'd say it's good. It's good. I would give Summit Winter Ale 7.5 on the E scale, and alcohol. Come on, it's got to be on here. I can't believe it's not on here. I'd say it's more than 5 and less than 100. It's 6%. That's my. Okay, so we're looking at this tomorrow. Dub Glock requested the JP. I mean, I don't know. Did I even talk about the? I don't think I did. I mean, yeah, you can still look at that. Anybody still hanging out? Let's have a little gun chat update. We got the bench. Told you about the bench. Been doing some work in there. Mounted the monitor so I can do the video chat. Get a little help on the right way to load so I don't blow anything up or hurt myself. Me and Jim, we went over to the Superior, the shooting range. The range officer that was over there that day, I don't know how many they have, but man, if this dude is there all the time, he was funnier than hell and called Jim a pussy. I think Jim mentioned that. But as far as the Palmetto State 308, had a few problems at the beginning, not anything like before. Before it was one and done. One and done, one and done, one and done. I'm going nuts. I'm going to throw this thing in the fucking garbage. And after polishing the inside of the receiver, polishing the chamber, polishing and hopefully deburring the lug lockup area of the breech, doing a little work on the bolt, and oiling the shit out of it with the Lucas oil. Yeah, I'm a name drop. The Lucas stuff I've been really impressed with so far. I mean, and I'm not the kind of person that just, in a case of something like that, I am not going to do a video saying, oh, Lucas oil, oh, it's awesome. You guys, I mean, I've been using Lucas products, honestly, for years. You know, the injector cleaners and their line of lubricants, but I'm new to the whole gun thing because they're new to the whole gun thing. But yeah, long story short, got the well, here.
Ready?
Yep.
when you're trying to reshape it. The scope really shows it. What's that? The scope really shows it. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you're all over the place. A little low, but I don't know what my deal is. I can't. 35 rounds. Okay, sure. I don't. I was looking here at this and I think that's
Whatever. So, the only repeated problems we had were with the 10 round Magpul mags. I have a, I think it's probably a DPMS, but it's your standard steel and not a polymer. I didn't bring that with to give that a try, but anytime we switch to the 20 or the 25 rounders, it's running good now. I think it's just a matter of getting through a little bit of a break-in period. I know Gun God 556, you got the same gun. You did a lot of the similar stuff that I did. You know, just making the guns cycle. Like literally like for an hour making the guns cycle. And just getting out. I just had a feeling that once I was able to get it to start to run, it would work itself through whatever the hell the problem is. And right now, would I take it to Washington and show it to Obama? Probably not. But do I feel that it is going to repeatedly fire and there might be a few hiccups? Yeah. But I think the more that it gets used, the more that it's gonna successfully run. We put let's see, I have four 10 rounders. You can do the math. I'm not. Do 4 10 rounders. Yeah, I know. That's 40 rounds. And then we had 4 20 round mags. Now we're up like the 120 rounds. And the 25 rounder. I don't know if I had 1 or 2 of those. But we put almost 200 rounds through it, and maybe through all of that had 5 or 6 feed issues, and they were all early on. So I think we're at a point where we're good to go. We're good to go on that. So okay, won't take up any more of your time. We'll take a look at the I know, I was just checking you. We'll take a look at that. Take a look at the Alberta Clipper tomorrow, and there's that. Cheers, guys.